Welcome back to Markets at Work Media. So as it turns out, Bloomberg done their own investigation into the Drake and Stake allegations and our lawsuit and our alleged playing with house money. And they have come to the conclusion that, that's
Stake.com is the biggest crypto casino in the world, and it got there in part thanks to viral videos by some of the world's biggest influencers. People had suspected for a long time that some of the influencers advertising Stake were winning maybe a little bit more often than the average person, but we actually did the math, and what we found was pretty shocking. Stake.com online is inescapable. It's everywhere. But the most important part of its marketing is its use of influencers and its use of social media. These streamers are betting cartoon sums of money.
Dude's just chilling with $9.7 million in his account.
Stake also pays a thousands-strong group of contractors to clip videos from these live streams and scatter them across the internet. Biggest name Stake has in its influencer stable is the rapper Drake. He plays slots, he plays roulette, anything you can imagine. When he's live streaming, it's this huge event, big production. He'll bring in guest stars. But in addition to Drake, Stake has tapped a lot of famous gaming influencers. Some of the top people gaming there were Adin Ross, XQC, Rothstein, Trainwreck. These gaming influencers together have tens of millions of followers across social media. I interviewed young people whose favorite live streamers switched from video games to crypto gambling and has said that they had become addicted and lost lots of money, including for some their life savings.
They were playing with cartoon-sized amounts of money. They didn't directly say they're a fraud for legal purposes, but if you dissect the investigations in the reports of what they're saying, it looks more than suspicious. So Stake got kicked off of Twitch because they banned it. They didn't want any legal exposure. Then they made Kick, blew it up, hired XQC, Trainwreck, Adin Ross and Drake to promote it because they didn't want to get kicked off again, so they just controlled the whole streaming network. Then they discovered in their reporting that streamers got deposits of large amounts of money for them to play,
We interviewed influencers, agents, managers, gambling experts, former Stake employees, and of course, people who had lost significant sums of money gambling on Stake.com. We found that some streamers were playing with money that was deposited into their accounts by the house. In addition, we found that some streamers, including Drake, were winning at a higher rate than the average person.
Hold on, how much is that? $1,200.
We analyzed 500 hours of live slots on Stake.com by 25 different streamers. What we found was that Drake won 4 times more often than other streamers when he played games that were owned by Stake's parent company. When Drake was playing slots that weren't owned by Stake's parent company, he actually had the same win rate as everybody else. Crypto casinos are legal in certain countries like Brazil and Canada, but in other jurisdictions, crypto gambling is banned. Some users in jurisdictions where Stake is banned say they use software that actually masks their real location so that they can access the website. Stake's headquarters is in Australia, but its gambling license is actually registered to a small office in Curacao. Curacao is a notoriously friendly jurisdiction for crypto casinos.
I mean, it's no surprise to us, but it's good to see it in the reporting, though. Now, the most shocking thing I find interesting is 2 things. One is they actually interviewed people that lost large sums of money, and they pointed out their headquarters that's friendly to crypto. And that's not in Australia like their headquarters are. It all looks like and feels like a FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried kind of situation. Because if we remember, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX had all the endorsements, all the ball players. They had their name on the crypto stadium. Everybody was promoting them. They was everywhere too. They bought their way into politics, everything. And when they pulled back the hood and they discovered what was going on, yeah, it was a problem. And now the other part of this thing is Drake getting paid for the people that are losing money on stake? Because that would be very sinister for that to be the case. Now, this hasn't been confirmed. This is all speculation, but let's go talk to somebody that knows about this kind of thing with regulation of gambling in order to get their opinion about how this works.
What we now started seeing the last few months is basically when Bitcoin is going down, the Ponzi scheme part of this, the illusion that's been sold, the lie that's been sold to American consumers and global consumers on crypto gaming, what we're seeing is brands are panicking. So they're doing things like saying, oh, we're giving away $500,000 a month during $500,000 over Christmas week. We're giving away $25,000 a day in daily promotions. Crypto gaming brands never did that stuff. They never gave money away, ever. Okay. Now they've all started doing it because this is the first sustained period of Bitcoin doing this. Okay, so they've all been giving money away like there's no tomorrow, particularly in the period where usually they'd be taking customers hand over fist, which starts on Halloween, goes through Black Friday, goes through Christmas and New Year, and ends around Easter. So the casino growth period globally is usually Halloween to Easter. That's when it grows, okay? Then it dies off a bit. The stake have been variously described in their relationships with Drake over the years. Stake is a company going back 7+ years. Their relationship with Drake extends for most of that time. They have been on record as saying that he is a 10% equity holder of the company. Okay, so he owns 10% of the business. So whether they've given him hundreds of millions of dollars or not, he's certainly been wagering very publicly on his stake account. He's been putting bets on Super Bowl, bets on March Madness, etc., and posting those on his social media feed. So you could look at Drake as a super uber influencer in many ways. Whether he owns 10% of the equity of the company, which is not publicly traded, is neither here nor there. So I think there have been a number of explanations for what Drake, the rapper's involvement is, outside of his name rhyming with the brand name Stake. I think that was the genesis of that deal, basically. Drake and Stake, just put those two things together and see what we can come up.
Okay, so let me see if I get this straight. I'm an influencer. If you know, an influencer like Drake will get paid hundreds of millions of dollars to post that they lost $1 million gambling on a platform like stake.com, and then thousands of followers who make maybe $50,000, maybe $40,000 a year, they'll then go and make large bets that they can't afford on these illegal gambling platforms.
So let's break it down. Celebrity one, my name is Celebrity One. I'm followed by millions of people around the world. I'm approached by a gaming company, legal or illegal, and they say, if you post and talk about our products and you feature links to our products, for every click through, we will pay you X dollars. For every conversion, we will pay you Y dollars. The deal that they would have, gaming not being a particularly innovative business, it is probably an affiliate revenue share deal, a net revenue deal as they know. Okay, so for every customer who's referred, every customer who does click-throughs, Drake and his management possibly receive a certain amount of money from that. Those deals globally tend to run at 15 to 25% net revenue share. So for $100 I lose as a customer, having come through promotion that Drake was behind for the brand Stake, I'm giving up 15 to 25 bucks of every $100 I lose to that revenue share deal.
Yeah, I think these are crazy deals.
So in this person's example, if a person that clicked on Drake's promotion clicked over to Stake and they made $100 off that person, possible revenue share kickback could be $25 per person hypothetically. That means for every person that Drake, by the thousands, hundreds of thousands that clicks on it, lose money, Drake could be getting paid off of those individuals, which is wild. Damn, Drizzy. What do you guys make of this reporting by Bloomberg? What do you make of the new allegations in the documents, in the report of findings that they found through these reports in this professional? Is Drake in trouble? He might just be. You tell me. Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Markets at Work Media, and I'm out this bitch.
Life is about figuring it out. Doesn't matter how long it takes you. Listen, I know guys that were on their last 50K, 20K, 10K in life, pouring money into a business at 40, 42, 43. that might have became billionaires at 50, 51, 52, 55. It's never too, hey, don't stop the motivational music.